Today I thought, let me just address this topic. Let me address this topic because I could have taken it quite a few different ways when it was raised to me by someone else. But I thought, you know what, let me take it as an opportunity to share with the community something. But yeah, this is a challenge. This is a situation. I was contacted about fabrics, and somebody was concerned that the fabrics are coming from Holland or elsewhere. And I thought, let's raise that topic. Let's talk about it. Let's just share about it, because there's a reality about African fabrics. There is a big reality. Now, first of all, I am Jacqueline Shaw. I'm the director of Wax+Wraps, the founder. You'll know me as Jacqueline Brown on Facebook, but Jacqueline Shaw is the name I use. Why do I use that name? I'm getting somewhere, by the way, but I thought to give you some foundation. The reason why I use that name is I started a business 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. It's called Africa Fashion Guide. And that business was promoting the full supply chain of Africa's fashion textile industry. We're talking about the origins of African fabrics and where ours are coming from that we put in our African print subscription boxes. So I started this other business from a degree called an Ethical Fashion Masters. So I've got a fashion degree, Ethical Fashion Masters, and I've also got a Masters in Social Research. So I love research. I'm a bit of a geek, and I'm a creative, and I love writing and all kinds of stuff. So Africa I love even more, and I've travelled around the continent to multiple countries. Every single year I go. I meet manufacturers, I meet suppliers, I meet artisans, and my business was to shed more light on the supply chain that I felt was being underserved and underrepresented. And especially working in fashion, I worked in fashion for nearly 20 years as a designer, working for brands like Puma, Fila, Russell Athletic, Animal, C&A. I've lived in China, I've lived in Germany, and I've lived in Turkey. And I just found that, first of all, the industry is not very kind to Africa. So this is the way the fashion works. For some of you who may love sewing, but you don't really know how the industry works, it's set up, it's one of the most complex supply chains as it is out there. More complex than the food industry, okay? Because fashion actually derives from agriculture, as well as now is a whole textile technology and stuff that's going on. So the textile industry starts from the cotton, from the raw materials, often like the cotton industry. And then it goes through a ginnery to separate the boll from the seeds, the boll, and all the leaves and all the extra parts of the cotton plant. From the ginnery, you go to the mill, which is where the processing of the cotton to a textile is done. So if that's the weaving, if that is the weaving, the knitting, the spinning, if it's the mercerizing to give it that texture, all the finishing and so forth, that is done at that next stage. And then after that, you'll go to the clothing factory, okay, where you get made into, well, not quite this, because this was, well, I think it's more machine knitted, but it was, you know what I'm talking about. The clothing is made. So this is the basics of just with cotton. Then you got fabrics like this is made from polyester. This is oil-based fabric. It's not my favorite fabric as an ethical fashion supplier and supporter, because it's polyester. It's something that is it's oil-based, so something that's taken from a resource that is dying out, basically. So I do try to give people alternatives of getting things which are recycled polyester and so forth. And then there's other fabrics. You've got other cellulosic fabrics like tencel, like bamboos, things like these, lyocell's, which are coming, when I say cellulosic, it means it's coming from things like plant-based materials. And then you've got fabrics which are coming from things like leather, different types of leather. Like you've got mushroom leather, and you've got pineapple leather, and you've got things from seaweed fabrics, even like spider web. Stella McCartney used that fabric that is coming from the spider web, the spider's web. Yeah, it's from the silk, spider web silk, and things like that. And then you've got things like natural silks. And there's all different kinds of fabrics. Now, Africa can do particular types of fabrics. Cotton, 100%. Okay, Africa has cotton fields. I've been there. I've been to different fields. I've been to different ginneries, mills. I've even been to the opening of an organic ginnery mill in Burkina Faso a few years ago. I'm a bit of a cotton geek as well, because I wanted to learn more, and I put a collection on the catwalk at London Fashion Week, at Los Angeles Fashion Week, and at Ghana Fashion Week, which was a load of t-shirts that had slogan t-shirts inspired by Catherine Hamnett, who I love, and she's just right in your face, British designer. She's been around for a while, but she don't care what she says. I love her. Be like Vivienne Westwood. I think it's these rebels in fashion that I really like. So I guess I'm a bit of a rebel. I go against the grain. So I bought these t-shirts to the catwalk, and they were 100% organic, fair trade, African cotton t-shirts brought to the catwalk of London Fashion Week, Ghana Fashion Week, and Los Angeles Fashion Week, African Fashion Week, Los Angeles. So I'm all about campaigning, supporting the full supply chain of Africa's fashion and textile industry. I was one of the first to do it in this country to really raise the bar. I've got one of the first books. There's only two of us who brought a book on contemporary African fashion. In 2011, me and a lady called Helen Jennings. My book had this beautiful book. I self-published it. And then I got it published by a publisher as well. My book had first with like African illustrations as well. I was the first that had that. And it was all about sustainable fashion in Africa. So I've been known for that topic, and I've been doing this for like 10 years. So when I had a comment about, oh, your fabrics coming from Africa, it looks like they're coming from Holland or elsewhere. And I was just like, no, I need to explain to you how things work. Africa can only do so much. Let's be real. This fabric has not come from Africa. I mean, this fabric, as you see it, I sourced it from Africa. Okay, this printed fabric. Isn't this nice, by the way? We have the head wraps on our website. Go over to the website shop, by the way. They're really nice. They feel really good. They really do feel really good. But the actual source of the fabric is not coming from Africa. There are print houses in Africa. I visited wax print houses on the continent of Africa who do it on the traditional cotton wax print. I visited them on East and West. Okay, I am obsessed about this stuff. Doing this box business was my way of saying to people to help you to have fun with prints, to help you to take control of your wardrobe, okay, to be in charge of your wardrobe and have fun with prints, okay, because my other business is very serious. It's about helping people to start fashion businesses in Africa, and I have clients from Australasia, from the US and Canada, from Europe, in the Caribbean as well. So I have people from all over the place. I even take people on trips to African countries, and I've been probably one of the first to really do those kind of trips for small businesses. So we're supposed to do some trips this year, but obviously everyone's been locked down, so those trips will happen next year. So yes, I'm all about that. My business is all about that, and it's been very serious, doing business coaching and consulting and sourcing. I'm known for sourcing in Africa. People come to me to say, where can I get X, Y, and Z? You want something from Africa? I can help you. You want real Bogolan? You want African cotton? You want to work with fabric makers? If it's woven, if it's handmade batik, if it's silk, if it's African silks, if it's African knit done in Africa. I've got people for you. You want footwear done, you want hats done, you want bikinis done, you want furniture done. I've got people. Now the reality is, this is Africa. We know Africa is an amazing place. For those who have been, you know Africa is an amazing place, gorgeous place. 54 to 55 country states. I've not been to all. I've been to about 16, but I tend to go multiple times. So I'll go to the ones which are specifically for the textile industry. Not to say those are the only ones that are, but the ones that I've been to, because I do go multiple times. Over the last 10 years, this is as well. And Africa has so much to offer. We know because it's a continent where a lot has been taken from it. They've got resources. So a lot of the cotton, even things like where this was coming from, the oil for this polyester, African countries have oil, Angola, Nigeria, and so much more countries, they have the raw oil, and those is exported. This is a reality of it. This is a reality. The supply chain is cut short. And we know one of the things that I say with my other business is that there's 4 things I want to help people to do. And these are my 4 pillars of African sourcing. It is build with Africa, trade with Africa, source in Africa, made in Africa. So those are the 4 areas that I focus on. And I believe that if you want to see change in Africa, you need to trade with Africa. And that trade is a tool, fashion is the vehicle. Trade is a tool, fashion is a vehicle. And to see change in Africa. trade with Africa. So that's one of the things that I say a lot. Now you see the business coach will be coming out, right? All these quotes and things like that. But so that's me, what I'm reading about, and that's the reality of the industry, is that many things are exported. Machinery is a massive issue. So many people will want this African hero. One of my clients, customer supplier, said this today, yesterday, which is about this whole Africa, the hero kind of figure. And it's great. Africa's been supplying the world. The first people were found on the continent of Africa, and Africa has so much to offer when it comes to languages, when it comes to mathematics and science and so forth. Africa is an amazing place, historically and presently, with what everything has to offer. But so much has been taken now. And that means that foreign investment is a huge thing. Foreign investment is so huge that what happens is you have companies like, for example, Velisco, which is a Holland company, who was started, so Dutchmen who actually brought the Waxprint into Africa and sold it there. Now it's been adopted by Africans. I have people who argue with me about this whole discussion as well. It's a deep discussion. But Africa has owned these textiles. I still say that Waxprint is not African, but many people will be like, no, because it is. It's adopted by Africa, plus the Silk Road and the Cotton Roads and everything. It belongs to Africa, but it's a whole nother discussion. So Dutch tradesmen brought the textile Waxprint to Africa, and Africa's been adopting it. But the reality is that the machineries are not always available. So there's only a few countries who have the Waxprint factories and who have the machinery to do the translating of the textiles to Waxprint. I've got videos I can show you. So there is a link there in the YouTube channel, and it's a playlist saying Fashion Africa sourcing trips or the trips or something like that. And you'll be able to see the Ghana trip, for example. We visit one of the Waxprint houses. There's a few out there in Ghana. So we work with the Waxprint houses. We get fabrics from there. Now, that's not the only place. There's other places we get fabrics from. But the reality is that these factories, they're not African owned, as in there is Mr. I don't know, Bonsu or, Mensa or something like that owns a factory. Mr. Mensa may be the director or the head, but these factories tend to be owned by Mr. Chin or Mr. I can't really pronounce any Dutch names, so Mr. Vince, I can't pronounce the original Velisco people's names. My mouth is not good for these words. But yeah, they'll be owned by Chinese, or they're owned by Dutch, or they're owned by just Europeans, basically. But yeah, so these factories are owned by international people. Africa does depend a lot on foreign investment, as much as, for example, Ghana, last year was all about beyond aid. Is their big kind of mantra, but they even still take a lot of foreign direct investment, FDI. That's the reality of it. So we are serving you with African fabrics. I source from Africa, which means it's direct from the factories, and sometimes we work with it's direct from the factories. It's direct from the factories. So if the factory is owned by Chinese or is owned by Dutch, it may have stickers which are coming from there because those are the owners of the factories. So they supply the factories with fabrics which are printed there and is printed in other places. We can't help that. I do say I want the ones which are printed locally because I want it to go into the economy, but even then, the money will go into the economy. So you can be assured that if you're getting one of our boxes, if you're buying our Waxprint fabrics, they are being sourced from Africa. If you don't, because what we're doing in January is our boxes are being split. You can either have the Waxprint, or you can have the batik, the hand printed, it'll be the batik or the adire, or any of the handmade fabrics. So you can have either the wax prints, traditional wax prints, or the handmade fabrics. So you can choose, and then we're going to be focusing even more on the sewing projects. I'm really excited about that, working with a pattern cutter to do specific prints, specific patterns for popular African fabric designs, as in silhouettes that you would typically make, like popular styles. I'm so excited about this. You'll see things like jackets, you'll see things like coats, jumpsuits, and your typical peplum tops. So many nice things you're going to be able to see, and we're going to do them in bigger sizes as well. So I'm working with actually one of my clients who's an amazing pattern cutter. So we're going to be doing it. So it's all kind of in-house now. It's going to be amazing. And you're going to get all the trims and things that you need for that project. So this is why we're moving forward, and I can't wait. So if you wanted to subscribe to a box, just subscribe before the end of the year. You can secure your box at the 2020 prices, because with everything going on with Brexit and everything, our prices are being raised a little bit. So if you want to not have to pay the extra, you can still subscribe with a subscription now, and your price will always be that price. Okay, for as long as it is, okay, as you subscribe. If you cut your subscription and you rejoin, you pay the whatever the price is at the time, the new price. But if you want, thinking about subscribing, the link is being pinned down here. It's in our bio as well. Go and subscribe before the end of the month or the year, and you will get it at this 2020 price, because the new price is going up in January the 1st. And we also have some new boxes which are amazing. I can't wait to bring the new box out, but they're going to be going live on the Saturday, which is Boxing Day. So there's going to be some new boxes, and you'll get them in January. So all the boxes you order now, we'll get them in January. From the 15th is when we ship boxes. The 1st to the 15th is usually when you can purchase boxes, but I'm allowing you to purchase it early right now because it's the end of the year. But we ship them from the 15th onwards. Okay, so there's going to be we've got a culture box which we did just as a Christmas box, and we're going to do it as a culture box. You can get that one. We've gonna have a Afro word box, it's called, and we've got the Afro jewels box, and they are amazing. I've got some stuff coming from Kenya, from Senegal, from Ghana, different. Oh, they're amazing. They're amazing, seriously. So you'll be able to have one of those. So you can get one type of box, or 2 boxes, but there'll still be the main box, which is our Afro SEWIST box, the Afro STYLIST box, which is the head wraps. But the Afro SEWIST box is our signature box, which we are all about. It's all about sewing skills, all about helping you to develop your sewing skills and to have fun with prints. And there'll be so much more, hence the new YouTube channel, which I'm launching. But the point is, unless you're buying fabrics that are handmade, so think batik, think adire, think shema, think any kind of batiks, any kind of silk made fabrics, knitted fabric, things like this. Kente's, country cloths, Danfani cloths, the Faso Danfani, the Akwete, the Ashoke, the all kinds of hand woven, hand printed, handmade fabrics. Unless you're making those, unless you're getting those, then the fabric is very likely, the printed fabric is very likely owned by a company which is outside of Africa, even though they've got bases in Africa. But the worst ones are the ones which are directly from China, and they are being flooding the markets, and it's really been making it difficult for the African-based Waxprint houses to really keep going. But this is why I want to purchase directly from them. It's more expensive. Like I was saying to the person, why would I would just get the cheapest ones then, and just, you know, make the boxes even cheaper, or just make a bigger profit. But I get it from the Waxprint houses. The price is more expensive because it's practically double the price once I ship it and pay duties and everything. It's practically double the price. So, but I want to assure my people that I'm getting it from an African source, and that they can feel comfortable about that. So, and the hand printed ones, I will let you know a bit more about, you know, suppliers and, you know, in the boxes and things like that, and just share a bit more. But I do give you info or in the boxes about different types of fabrics, so you can get educated on those things. So that's what I really wanted to share, is insights into the textiles, into how things are done, and to know that this, you probably don't know anyone more obsessed about African fashion and textile than I am. And I say that because, you know, at the detriment of, you know, having new jobs, I've focused myself and my full-time self working within this industry, in an industry that's not a popular one, as in everybody understands it, but one that is growing phenomenally. And I'm glad that I got in there 10 years ago. Let's put it that way. So I want to help you more, especially if you're sewing. You're going to be seeing more from me, Jacqueline Shaw, in the areas of sewing with African print, or sewing with wax prints, or African fabrics, really. So because I'm going to be doing different things. I've made things with kente, I've made things with like Mali cloth, the indigo, their bogland or mud cloths. I've made things like that. So I'm going to be showing you some of the things that I'm doing and taking you on the journey through through Africa and Africa's textile industries, by sewing my way through and taking you with me and showing you what can be done. So we will be challenged with the different things you can be doing as well, because yeah, it's good for me to get back on my machine as well and to be sharing well with you. So I'm excited. So do endorse this business. If you want to be purchasing something over the holidays for you or for a friend, somebody who wants to get back into crafts, and think about getting a Wax+Wraps subscription. So I do have some stretch Ankara on the website. So if you wanted to get some of that, grab it now. There's some beautiful prints in there that you could be making. These are two-way stretch. They're polyester based, cotton foil. They have like this beautiful texture. You can see it kind of on them. Really like the texture of this cloth, which I think will be really exciting. And those who are subscribers, then you've also got your pattern, a special pattern in your box, which I curate every month. The fabric is, oh my gosh, the fabric is just really cool. And the country, I haven't yet revealed the country, so every month is a new country. We've had Kenya, we've had Nigeria, we've had Ghana, we've had Tanzania, and we've got countries like Ivory Coast, we've got Burkina Faso, we've got Gambia, I think wherever else. We've got some, well, I'm going to get around the different countries, and we use the different fabrics from those countries in the boxes. But there's always a batik or handmade fabric, and there's always a wax print, so you can choose which one you want to go down. And the patterns there and all the pieces. If you need the chalk, I give you these amazing pencils, which are our trademark and specialist pencils. And you, take you through the journey of sewing. And I'm doing it along with you, so you'll see me sewing with you some cool stuff. So take control of your wardrobe, have fun with prints. Let's do this. Let's make 2021 the year that we took control of our time by getting back into our crafts at big time and having fun with it. Really have fun with it. Let's not let the situations of what's going on around us bring us down, So yes, we're going to say thank you for watching. I hope that this has taken away some people's thoughts about where we're getting our fabrics from. We do source in Africa. We love the continent and want to bring a piece of Africa to your world so you can enjoy it. That's it from me right now, and look after yourselves and take care. I'm Jacqueline.